Today I'm drawing Maya. She is a giant Pacific octopus, and she lives at the Seattle Aquarium in Washington State. Maya is about 2 years old, and she will live at the aquarium for a year to a year and a half before they re-release her back into the wild. The Seattle Aquarium keeps giant Pacific octopuses so that they can educate the public about how important and intelligent they are. This is going to be a 4-inch square drawing, and in order to get a more or less accurate representation from my photograph, I'm working on a 4x4 grid. This has turned out to be one of the trickiest of these drawings that I've done lately. It's kind of like working with a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle. There are 8 arms going everywhere. There's all kinds of rocks behind her and pebbles in front of her and shadows, and there's even a starfish, which I didn't even discover until I started drawing this. All these pieces interlock with each other and have to land in kind of the right place or it doesn't make any visual sense. And then on top of everything, there's all these suckers down every single arm. And getting them to look right and natural is a challenge as well. They don't just go in straight lines, they kind of do these weird interlocking, shifting stuff throughout the arm. Octopuses are so smart, and they're fascinating, and they're so different from us in so many different ways. So it's particularly tragic to me that this species lives only about 3 to 5 years. Now I'm starting the outlines of the octopus and the background and the starfish and all that with a Micron 03 ink pen. Microns are my favorite ink pen because they're waterproof. So if I want to, I can add watercolor over the top. But I won't with this drawing. Giant Pacific octopuses are so giant that if they reach one arm out to the left and one out to the right, from tip to tip, it would reach anywhere from 14 to 20 feet. This species lives in the coastal North Pacific, along California, Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, Alaska, Russia, Japan, and the Korean Peninsula. They are members of an animal class called Cephalopoda. This group also includes squid, cuttlefish, and the nautilus. The octopus central nervous system is really different from ours. They have one larger brain between their eyes, and then they have the equivalent of 8 smaller brains, one in each arm. So each arm really has a mind of its own. More awesome octopus facts in my next video. Maya, the giant Pacific octopus, part 2. I'm continuing all the contours in a Micron 01 ink pen, and in a bit I will start all of the shading and different values, the lights and darks, using a Micron 005. I have some more facts for you about the giant Pacific octopus, which I'm going to call GPO from now on because it's a really long name. GPOs have 8 arms, and each arm can have 280 suckers, which means over 2,000 suckers on a single octopus. The suckers are larger near the mouth and beak and smaller toward the tip of each arm. One sucker closer to the mouth can hold up to 35 pounds all by itself. This kind of strength comes in really handy when they want to open clams or crabs or other shelled sea life. Octopus blood is blue rather than red because it is based in copper instead of iron. If you put a piece of food like a little squid inside of a jar and screw on the lid and put that jar inside of the tank with the octopus, it will quickly figure out how to unscrew that lid and get the food inside. Most octopuses have the amazing ability to camouflage themselves against their environment. They can change the color and the texture of their skin to all kinds of different backgrounds, and they can do this like instantly. An octopus's pupil is rectangular, and it holds its horizontal position no matter which direction the octopus is swimming or swirling around in the water. This is for image stabilization. Inside the head of the octopus is the only bony, hard part inside of an octopus's body. This is called the beak, and it's used for biting. It resembles the beak of a parrot. Octopuses are so squishy otherwise that they only need a hole the size of their beak to get through, and the whole rest of the body can slip through as well. So sometimes a giant Pacific octopus like this can get through a very small hole. Octopuses have been known to escape their tanks, navigate their way through the floor of an aquarium, and find their way out back into the ocean. Near the end of her very short life, the female GPO finally reproduces. After mating, she lays tens of thousands of eggs. She will not leave these eggs for the rest of her life, which is about 6 more months. She stays with her eggs. She waves her arms under them to keep them oxygenated. She makes sure that they're clean and that they're protected from outside elements. All right, I'm about to stop here for the day. I will have at least one more part. Bye.